pre-coffee ranting today about a couple of tidbits.
There is so many ways that people could not get hurt by a prop gun filming a movie. There's a lot of ways that they couldn't get hurt. I could think of one being...
Don't put fucking projectiles in the goddamn pop guns, oh my god! Do not put projectiles in the prop guns. Why would there be one in there? Unless it was a setup. What the fuck do prop guns have live projectiles in them for? It's a fucking prop.
With breaking news on a shooting in New Mexico involving actor Alec Baldwin. Sheriffs say that one person was killed and another was injured when Baldwin fired a pop gun on a movie set. He has not been charged with a crime. He was questioned after yesterday's shooting, and then he was released. The movie cinematographer, 42-year-old Halyna Hutchins, died in this incident. Director Joel Souza was treated at a hospital for unspecified injuries.
This motherfucker. Alright, Alec Baldwin. The news says, oh, now he has to live with this too. He's got to live with it. Empathize with him. Oh my god, empathize with him. But he is partially a director on the set. What are the rules and procedures in Hollywood or on any film set? Pretty sure, if memory serves me correctly, he hasn't been known to really be the nicest stand-up guy. Not pinning this and saying that he did it. Alt. I'm not saying like he did this on purpose or anything. I'm just saying the universe works in mysterious ways. Maybe somebody set him up. Who had access to the prop gun.
And good morning to you. That's correct. A tragedy and still a mystery. According to Baldwin's spokesperson, the accident occurred when a prop gun with blanks misfired. Sheriffs confirmed the 63-year-old actor was the person who fired the gun. How a movie prop became a deadly weapon is still under investigation this morning.
Right.
This is the set of the Western Rust, Thursday afternoon. The scene of the incident marked off by police tape. Alec Baldwin is not only the star, but also the movie's co-producer. That morning, he posted this now deleted Instagram photo of himself in costume with the caption, "Back to in person at the office." Just hours later, he was questioned by sheriffs after shooting a prop gun that injured the film's director, Joel Souza, and killed director of photography, Halyna Hutchins. On Tuesday, Hutchins posted this video saying one of the perks of shooting a Western is you get to ride horses on your day off. Sheriffs say she was airlifted to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. Souza was also taken to a hospital.
And Alec Baldwin is an actor. Could he have been faking the tears? I'm not saying he was. I'm just asking the questions that are going to be asked. Because clearly we don't have all of the information. So we have to come to some logical deductions of our own and scenarios that could be possibilities in the realm of what happened. So possibilities are, after years of being a dick, now he will finally get to feel like maybe some sort of guilt. I don't know. Don't know. I've just heard and seen some things that he's said. I don't know the man personally, but I've heard and seen some things he's said that I don't agree with. They're kind of pompous. Asshole-ish. Don't get me wrong, I liked watching him in movies and shit because guess what? He really is an asshole, so he can play a good asshole character because he ain't playing. He ain't playing when he's playing the asshole. He is an asshole. So, I mean, it stands to show, like, if he's or stands to be asked, if he's an actor, was he really crying? Was he really upset? Or was he acting? That question always gets asked. And I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, of course they're gonna ask that question. Well, yeah, of course. Duh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it begs to be asked. Called covering all your bases. Somebody other than Alec messed with the gun before the scene where the lady gets shot, or whatever happened, because we don't even know exactly the circumstance surrounding it. I'm just, in my mind, okay, there was a point where Alec didn't have the gun. He obviously picked up the gun to use it for a scene or to practice for a scene because it's a movie. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he picks up the gun. He's about to start the scene. Somebody has that gun before him. And they do something. And then he takes the gun and it goes off and it's getting pinned on him, but he didn't do anything to it. Because maybe he wasn't responsible for that prop. Or he was the one that did something to the gun. Made it fly off. Or the prop manager, whoever manages the props on that set, made a poor decision and prop choices. Didn't properly inspect them. I mean, it says, like, some movie sets have gun experts. Wonder if this movie set had one on. Don't know. Just watched a couple news clips. They talked to some gun experts, but I don't think they were on that movie set.
So were there experts there? And going back to rewind, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back.
Why would you even have a loaded gun in the first place? Why would it be necessary? I wouldn't roll those dice and be like, oh, so the prop guns, they could go off at any time and I have to use it. Oh, and one of my scenes is... You don't care if you're risking people's lives? You don't care? Do you care that that lady's dead because of whoever made the mistake? You could hurt yourself or somebody else. Why can't a prop just be a prop anymore? My question is, why can't props remain props? Rest in peace to the lady that passed away. And healing to the man that got shot that's in the hospital. I mean, unless that man had something to do with anything nefarious regarding...
Unless that man had anything nefarious to do with this that got shot, like...
Just learned the movie's director was released from the hospital a short time ago. Frances Fisher, who stars in the movie, has been tweeting that new information out.
Actor Joe Manganiello, he starred in a movie that she was part of, and he shared his condolences after had just worked with her in Arch Enemy. That's the movie they were in together. He writes in part, Hutchins was an incredible talent and a great person. I can't believe this could happen in this day and age. Gunfire from a prop gun could kill a crew member. What a horrible tragedy. And Shannon Lee sharing this message from her brother Brandon Lee's Twitter account saying no one should ever be killed by a gun on a film set, period. No shit. Brandon, you might remember, was Bruce Lee's son. He died after he was shot on the set of The Crow back in 1993. And the big question remains this morning, how on earth does something like this happen in this day and age?
In 1993, actor Brandon Lee was killed on a movie set when he was shot with a gun supposedly loaded with blanks. An autopsy later revealed he was shot by a bullet. And in 1984, actor John Eric Hexum died after he fired a prop Magnum 44 with blanks at his head in a mock game of Russian roulette.
We're always concerned with safety.
Outside the sheriff's office in tears, he went there voluntarily for questioning. Hutchins was a rising female cinematographer in a male-dominated field. She shared a video of herself riding a horse on the set of Rust just 2 days ago.
Who had a vendetta? Who had a vendetta?
The circumstances of the incident are under investigation. According to movie set gun safety expert Larry Zanoff, a gun loaded with blanks has gunpowder, but should have no projectiles. Still, he says it's potentially dangerous to be within 20 feet of a prop gun when fired.
What are you guys' standards of practice?
Any of that smoke or powder or that muzzle flash that could affect anyone or anything, again, we keep a standoff distance of 20 feet in order for there to be no effect on something that's in front of the muzzle on a television and motion picture set, and that's why there's guidelines to follow.
And detectives are now investigating how firing the prop gun resulted in death and injury, and they're continuing to interview witnesses. Production, meanwhile, on the film has been halted
this morning. So here's what happened. Santa Fe County authorities say the prop gun on set misfired and hit the movie's director of photography, Elena Hutchins, and director Joel Souza. Hutchins was flown to a nearby hospital where she later died. Souza was taken to a different hospital where he was treated. Exactly how this apparent accident happened is still unclear.
They just want things to be so real. Wonder what's going to happen with this movie now. Are they going to still make money and release it? Who's going to make the money off of it? Where's her portion of the film? Like, how does that work? How does it work? I think I need my coffee now.
So far, no charges have been filed, Gia. And in this, in Brandon Lee's case, we looked back into it. They found that the crew, the production company, was negligent in his shooting deaths. So we'll have to see what happens with Alec Baldwin.
I mean, the news also referenced The Crow, where that had also happened. And it also referenced another dude that I hadn't heard about his situation before, but he got shot as well with a prop gun. Wondering who's in charge of the props that day. Did Mr. Baldwin have any time alone with said prop before the shooting happened? Who had time alone with that gun before the apparent shooting happened, slaying a woman who they also mentioned was an up-and-comer in the industry over men? And I feel like, you know, right now there's a lot of things going on towards women's and their ovaries. It's just a little weird that someone who was known to have surpassed her male colleagues or be right in the running with them in that industry then falls victim to a gun shooting by a prop gun on accident on the set of one of her films, like one of the films she's working on. So I just watched something that said they found Mr. Brian Laundrie's body.
The search for Brian Laundrie is over, but really that just gives way to dozens of other questions about how he died and what really transpired between him and Gabby Petito. It's why investigators are going to be returning out here today to try and piece some of that together. In the meantime, Brian Laundrie's parents are remaining quiet, and his attorney is explaining why to NBC News.
Chris and Roberta Laundrie are parents. They are just people. They have feelings. They have children. One of their children have just been confirmed as dead. It said, under any circumstances. In the video that we're showing you, it's of Northport police officers at the Laundrie family home yesterday afternoon. Not long after that, FBI Denver posted a tweet saying that the human remains found earlier this week at the Carlton Reserve have been identified as Brian Laundrie's through dental records.
That sounds sketchy.
Time that they saw him on September 13th. That's less than 2 weeks after he returned home from a cross-country trip without Gabby Petito. Now, the area where they found Laundrie's remains, it was previously underwater. I know there's a lot of questions about why Laundrie's parents weren't able to lead investigators to that specific spot when they had previously been out here involved in the search. Also,
important to note this morning is that Gabby Petito's family is also remaining quiet. Their attorney did release a statement saying that they are grieving the loss of their daughter, and they will make a statement when the time is appropriate and they're emotionally ready.
But the key phraseology that they used was they found his skeletal remains. Skeletal remains. But the last time he was seen was like September something. Was it September 11th that she was reported missing? This motherfucker's been missing since the first week in September.
So it's October now. And the remains are skeletal?
I don't know what kind of decomposition happens that fast. Don't worry, I'll look it up. But seems to me somebody either helped along Mr. Laundrie's decomposition because they had to identify him by his dental records. How far would he go to flee this situation? Would he pay to have all of his teeth ripped out and put a new grill up in that bitch? Who is he involved with that is also involved in it? That could financially back something to that degree. I understand that the Laundries now have a dead son, so, heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to the Gabby Petito family as well. But it all just seems... It all just seems a little... like we don't have all the information yet.
Like we are not actually being told the whole narrative. Like we're actually being tricked into watching this and putting our energy into the story in a certain way for others' gain. That's just what I'm saying. But anyway, so his body was found.
More to come with that. Also, one of the little clips said there was a journal or a notebook or something found with him. Isn't what's going to be in it is what I want to know. What I want to know is that notebook really his? What is going on with this case? It's the full moon in Aries yesterday and they just found his body. I wonder if that's some sort of like, hey, justice is served type of thing from the universe, or is it just another little tidbit of weirdness in this whole thing? Dead body was found. Oh, his skeletal remains. I'm sorry. Skeletal remains were found the day that the full moon in Aries peaks.
Ha ha ha, like him in the shadows. Ha 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 ha, like, ha ha ha.
Coffee taste. drinking peace coffee.
I'm still drinking peace coffee. But I do have a few other coffees that I'm going to show in my next video. Today, actually, I will be showing.
Drumroll, please.
It's this one. Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey coffee. Take a good look, Nanook. Alright, let's see what it says here. We got
Jack Daniel's Original, Old No. 7 brand quality. Oh, it's meant original quality. Old No. 7 brand. Tennessee whiskey coffee, made with authentic Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. 100% Arabica. Ground, 8.8 ounces. Ooh, let's see what they gotta say on the back. They say, okay, and also, before I tell you what they say, this coffee is really good. It is sweet and mellow, and no, it won't get you drunk.
It's just not in there. There's no alcohol. It's made with it. Don't drink this thinking that you're going to get drunk.
This unique blend of gourmet coffee is 100% Arabica infused with authentic Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey and roasted medium to provide a full-bodied, rich flavor. World of Coffee operates using the same principles of Mr. Jack Daniel. Every day, we make it. We make the best that we can. We have been roasting masters.
We've been roast masters since 1984.
And adhere to strict quality standards in the sourcing and production of the best tasting coffee. Just like Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey, our coffee blend is created with pride using premium beans and proprietary roasting methods for delicious brew with bold character and a smooth finish. Blended for superior taste and flavor by master roasters.
I want to be a master roaster. That sounds like it's a tongue twister. A master roaster.
I want to be a master roaster. I'm gonna roast you bitches. I'm gonna roast you. Roasties. Roasted in small batches for freshness and quality. Infused with Jack Daniel's whiskey for bold character and smooth finish. Crafted with passion and pride and authenticity. Your friends at Jack Daniel's remind you to drink responsibly.
So wait, can I get drunk off this coffee then? They didn't sell it in the liquor store area. They sold it in the coffee section. So no, it cannot be. And, okay, so no, I'm not going to second guess myself. I wasn't ID'd for it, so I know you can't get drunk off of it.
Another cute little thing is, I like collecting containers.
Let me open it. Oh my god. I wish you could smell the inside of this lid. It's almost gone because I like this coffee like a lot, so I'm hoping, I was hoping it's not getting me drunk, so. This coffee is delicious, and it's like, it's not like finely ground. I'll just take a little, if you want to see. So, there we go. So it's kind of like chunky ground, but it dissipates because it kind of looks like, you know, instant coffee, which is not my first choice ever. Instant coffee is like third string. They're on the bench. So yeah, Tennessee whiskey coffee.
Tennessee is the way to be. Go Titans. Tighten up. I'm going to share a little tidbit. The Tennessee Titans are my favorite football team.
And I don't care what anybody else says. Go Titans. We are the what?
We are the Titans. The mighty, mighty Titans. Everywhere we go, people want to know just who we are. So,
Yeah, I do need to drink my coffee, so go Titans.
All you need is motherfucking coffee. And love, of course. Love and coffee. I do love coffee.
Who had access to it and who's responsible for the nature of the prop items that are on sets? That's all I gotta say. Who's responsible? This has been fun, and it's also been another pre-coffee rant. Bye me.